Welcome to the Mastermind group. My name is Brian. This is a recording I made before I found Stretch Zone. I recorded it in my car not long after I retired from chiropractic. After 22 years in practice, I made the brilliant decision to retire at age 47. And I'd spent my whole time building and streamlining and creating systems to build $1 million a year practice. I loved it. I was working, serving patients was my whole identity. So when I retired, a big piece of me died inside. So I started a little mastermind group with a few chiropractors and other doctors all over the country. I wanted to be able to share my knowledge and help the next one coming up. And I kind of see the need for that with Stretch Zone. So I invite you to join my list and come back often. It's a chance to have a mastermind call with other franchisees and managers and ask questions or simply listen in if you're sitting there with your camera off because you're just too shy. I have over 100 studios represented on the calls now, and I bring my ideas to. We are much better if we work together and not apart. So listen to this recording I did back in 2022, back when I had my practice management group for chiropractors. I think the message is just as important today.
Hey, Doctor here. I was thinking today that there's a difference between an investment in yourself and taking a risk, and usually they overlap to some degree. You know, most people are like me. When I was first in practice, I really didn't want to ever take a risk with anything. I didn't feel like I had, the extra money to have a coach. I didn't think I had the extra time to invest and do what they said I would need to do. And so I didn't put a lot of value on letting other people help me. And then as I got further along, I was amazed at how well I was doing on my own, that I really didn't think I needed anybody to help me. And looking back after retiring last year, I think, man, how much easier would it have been if I had invested in myself? And, the thing with programs like this is that you could take the same program, have two different people apply it or not apply what they learn. And, the information is exactly the same to both of them. It's the determination of whether it's invaluable information or unvaluable information really lies on the shoulder of the person who has to implement. And, I was one of those guys that wanted to take, have the highest rewards and the least risk, right? Well, those things don't exist very often in this world. Usually it's, you're a high risk investor and it requires a high investment of your time and sometimes money. And there's a chance, though, that you're going to get a high return on that risk and investment. And there's other people that always take the lowest risk, the lowest investment of their time and money. And they usually get, to be honest, they get in return exactly what they put into it. So, that just was crossing my mind today. And I wanted to get it out of my head and on paper. And since I was driving, I was like, let me just record this. I'm probably not going to send this because I'm driving. I don't like to record and drive. But I had to get it out of my system and hopefully get it into your system. That I've found that, there are 3 no's in our life. KNOW. They're the things that we know that we know. They're the things that we know that we don't know. Like, I know that I don't know how to speak Japanese. And then there are the things that we don't know that we don't know. And those are usually where I've had, in my life, have found the greatest growth, was when I looked into something that I didn't know that I was not aware that I didn't know. And I put a little time and effort into those places, and more often than not, that was when I got my greatest return. And I think the same goes in stuff like this with coaching and self-improvement. You know, there are hundreds, thousands of books. There are hundreds of coaching courses. There are different types of practice building courses out there. Some of them probably have great value for the person that is going to implement and do everything the right way. And there are some courses that are just as valuable that will lead to no results and become unvaluable to the person who purchased them because they didn't invest the time to do it right or to do it the way that they were told. And one thing that I do know for sure is that I learned how to streamline my practice to get it to a point where I was able to retire at a young age. And it's the one thing that I have confidence that I can teach. I can't teach you Japanese, but I can teach you how to run a great practice that reduces stress on you, increases the referrals to your office so that more people get help. Because face it, that's why we all got into it, right? And in return, help you to get out of the stuckness that you're at right now and take you to that very next level that might be your road to success. So I'm glad you joined me today. I hope you have a great day.